What is up, guys? It is your boy, Keep It Real. I truly hope you are having an amazing day. I hope it is blessed, and I hope that you ate good. Today, we're going to be talking about the sad announcement that is Project Q. Now, if you didn't know, Project Q was shown in the PlayStation Showcase, and it's basically their handheld device pitch. They're pitching it. They probably won't even release it, they're just pitching it to us. That is the reality. They said, oh, you'll see more from it this following year, and they're hoping to release it this year, but after the feedback it got, I'm not surprised if it's delayed and put back in the closet. Hide it away. Put it away because this is garbage. Let me show you guys what this is real quick so you have a better understanding when I get into the juiciness.
Later this year, we will launch a dedicated device that enables you to stream any game from your PS5 console using remote play over Wi-Fi. Internally known as Project Q, it has an 8-inch HD screen and all of the buttons and features of the DualSense wireless controller.
So I'll say it has the features of the DualSense 5, which is a plus because I love the DualSense. I can't lie, I love the feedback and I love the sticks. I pretty much love everything about the DualSense, but that's personal preference. But I mean, it has a HD 8-inch display. I mean, it's bigger than your average phone, but you can get a little tablet and do the same thing with your PS5 remote. If you read right down here, games must be installed on a PS5 console and excludes VR games. So this is not really mobile gaming. It's an extension of your PS5, and I guess if that's what you want, this is the way to go because, whatever. I mean, if you want to do that, props to you. I really couldn't. I wouldn't touch this with a 10-foot pole. I don't want anything to do with something that is remote play. This is not mobile gaming. This is Wi-Fi TV. This is Apple's Apple Play, dude. This is ridiculous. So, as you see from the picture, this handheld device is essentially a DualSense controller with a screen in the middle. That's all it is. They split it right down the middle, and that's what you get. You get a nice PS5 DualSense controller mobile device. Something real quick I want to show you guys before I talk a little bit more. If you have a phone and you want to do remote play, which you can literally just press the start and options buttons and the home button all at the same time. Hold it for about 3 seconds, we'll say, and your controller will flash, and guess what? You just made the PlayStation Project Q. It's that easy. So, I don't know what they're going for this. I don't know what their market is. I'm pretty sure it's for people like that want to play a game in a different room because family members are in a different room on the big TV room. But I mean, dude, it's never that serious. Take a little break from the game. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit more about it. Let me mention the Vita. The Vita came out in 2011 in Japan and in the US and in Europe around 2012. So it's been close to around 12 years since the original release of the Vita, but the Vita was intended to meld the experience of a big budget dedicated video game platform. So PS4, PS3, PS4, and then you could basically hook it up and do remote play on the Vita. It was already there since 2012. Maybe it came out a little later after a few updates, but it was there on the Vita, a last gen console. So, in the year after the device's successful launch, sales of the hardware and its bigger budget games stalled, threatening it to end its life in Japan. So, the reason this console failed wasn't for the reason really stated here, the bigger budget game stalled. They didn't even support it. That's really what it is. PlayStation didn't think that it was worthy enough of getting all these exclusive games and spending money on the creative development of games, which is why right now they're offering a remote play TV. The platform stalled in 2017 upon the release of the Nintendo Switch and was completely discontinued in 2019. Now, the Nintendo Switch succeeded because that was Nintendo's big console, whereas the PlayStation released the PS4, then the PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series consoles. So those games were the primary revenue. But by no means did the Nintendo Switch fall behind these consoles, even using a outdated hardware setup. That is, nobody really cared about the graphics. And even if you played the new Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, you know that it's nobody plays the Switch to play graphics. Okay, we play it because they offer a different experience than the PlayStation and Xbox, which is all Sony had to do with a new handheld device, is provide people with a unique experience, which they failed to do with the Vita, but not the PSP, which was a successful sales console. The reason the PSP worked and the Vita did not is because the PSP literally had exclusive games. They had two God of Wars on the Vita. I mean, on the PSP. Monster Hunter, PSP. All those things were on there. So you would buy that and then you would literally have an exclusive game nobody had even heard of. And you were playing it on the go. I remember I used to have one and I used to hop on the bus and I used to pull that sucker out and I would be playing God of War Ghost of Sparta. Man, that brought me back to them days, man. So I want to show you real quick. So they're offering you a remote play console. I want to show you that the Vita was already that. All they had to do was re-release the Vita, just make it so you can play offline, don't need a PS5, but you can buy the games on there and play them. Because the Vita could handle streaming games. Alright, so if you guys saw that, that is Fortnite running on a PS Vita. That is Fortnite running on a PS Vita via remote play. This console is a decade old, and they're just now releasing something dedicated for that. Sony, get your head in the game. Nobody wants a remote play, just make us another PSP. Something else that I read was that Insider Gaming reported that this console life will only be about 3 to 4 hours. What? What am I gonna go do? Take a dump on the toilet, and then by the time I get out, my console's gonna be dead. I just paid $250 to $300. The PS Vita was $250 at launch, and I'm sure this will be more expensive because the two sides of the controller are $70 total. So you're looking at about, they're selling you a screen with Wi-Fi capabilities. So if they price it anywhere above $150, don't touch it. Just get yourself a phone, get yourself a nice new controller, and do remote play that way, because you can get a decently sized phone or a tablet and just do the same thing. I mean, you could get a 20-inch tablet, dude, I don't care. And you could still play the game via remote play. So another plus I want to say it, because I don't want to just ram it straight into the ground, is that it's 8-inch and it will be able to play games from your PS5 at 1080p 60 FPS. The 1080p 60 FPS is great, because it's always nice to have a mobile console that looks good. Because we really haven't ever got something that, other than the Steam Deck, that really just looks nice when you play it. Now, back to hammering it down. Okay, if you're a regular person such as myself, and you buy this, let's say for instance your power goes out, or your mom or you can't pay the Wi-Fi bill, or even let's say you don't have Wi-Fi. This console will essentially be completely and utterly useless. If anything happens to your PS5, this console is useless. So let's say your PS5 gets an out, and the power supply breaks, or the fan breaks and it's overheating, so you have to get it fixed. So it takes a month, and you have to send it back to Sony. For your whole month, this little thing that you just paid money for is absolutely useless. Okay, so unless they pitch something out where it's like, oh, you can buy the games on here, there's only a digital store, and then you can play them at like a decreased frame rate and decreased quality, then I understand. But telling us that we have to have a PS5 via Wi-Fi and they must be downloaded basically puts the knife in its own chest. I want to read from Game Industry right here. The scenario is straightforward. This is their pitch. You're in a household which has one nice big TV in the living room and one or more of you as an avid gamer. You can always monopolize the TV, sure. You've got daily quests to do and battle passes to complete, but not everyone wants to sit and watch you do those things only on the in the only big screen in the house. Other people want to watch movies or TV or even play their own video games. If only there was some way you could move from your games off the big screen and keep playing them on a handheld device, freeing up the TV for other people to use, and allowing domestic harmony to reign once more. Sony, Sony, Sony. This is their pitch, okay? Or whatever summed up pitch they had. If somebody is in the room, right, and they want to play the console, and you want to keep playing the game, buddy, let me tell you something. If you have a phone, you can already do this. So I don't know why they think that people are in dire need of this. I'm really sorry, guys, to bring you this like saddening news about something that we were really hyped for. I really hope that you, as a viewer, doesn't get too disappointed like I did in this. But other than that, I just wanted to let you guys know what's going on in the gaming industry. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you, and please have a beautiful day.